little bit of advice for you. Always plan it before you do it. Quick disclaimer before we go any further into this video. Throughout the course of the video I will refer to this as Pterinopelma sazimai, the Brazilian blue tarantula. However, it is not Pterinopelma anymore. It is actually Lasiocyano, or however you wish to pronounce it. I'm not entirely sure. That is what it is now, sazimai. I honestly think whoever's creating these new genuses is just doing it to try and trip people up, because we've got this Lasiocyano, and then we've got Pterinopelma. I just think they're trying to make it difficult. But anyway, as I say, I completely forgot, because my tub was still labelled up as Pterinopelma. And so anyway, throughout the course of the video I will refer to it completely wrongly, so please don't come at me in the comments. I'm putting this in the beginning right now so you know I'm an idiot and I got it wrong. So I'm telling you now. Anyway, on with the video. That's not the first mistake I made throughout the course of this entire shenanigans. See you at the other end. Super quick video following the upgrade of our Orphanage Philippinus, which you should have hopefully watched that video by now. Let's close that up. Bush, bush, bush. Done. That obviously left this tub empty. I've chucked in some coir already. There's kind of a mix of everything in there. This bit of bark goes all the way to the bottom. That's going to go all the way to the bottom in there. Sugar that around. Bits of everything in here. There's moss, there's sand, there's coir, there's me knocking over the tripod. And into here we are putting our Pterinopelma sazimai, the Brazilian blue. Absolutely beautiful spider. Bit of a flicker. Does like to flick. Would normally run and retreat into its burrow over than sort of signs of aggression, but they can be a little bit sort of temperamental, so probably not the best for your first spider, but certainly an awesome spider nonetheless. So let's have a wee looky in here. Look at that colour, look at that colour, just look at that colour. So what we want to do is we're going to use this coir in here. As I say, these girls come from Brazil. Look at that. Now, you tell me that is not a spider you want in your collection. Look at that. The red on the carapace, on the red on the abdomen, the coloration on the carapace. You cannot tell me that is not one of the most beautiful things you've ever seen. I'm going to get this into a little tub, empty the bigger tub into the new tub, and then we'll be back. As mentioned, these spiders can be a bit on the skittish side, so I would not recommend handling. However, do so at your own discretion. So what we want is we want all of this into here. These guys will burrow. Mix all that into there, give it a good mix up. You want it kind of, they go through seasons. They're a Brazilian species, so they'll have dry seasons, they'll have damp seasons. So you want this to have a sort of a humidity to it, but not soaking wet. It doesn't need to be anything fancy, as long as it meets the needs of the spider. It's secure, it has a hide, it has substrate, and it has access to water, be that through a water dish or through misting and spraying, depending on the size of your tarantula. I'm kind of compressing that down a bit just so when it does start to burrow, it should hold its shape. Now obviously it can get in around the side there. It can get in around the side, start burrowing, making itself at home. We have a water dish. These water dishes are really handy. Block that in there. We'll put a bit of water in there in a second. You can get rid of this horrible tub. And yeah, and it was at this point I realised I had really made an absolute tit of things. So yeah. Okay, so stupidly when I was setting this up, I don't like this seam down the back. I don't like the seam down the back of these, so I usually try and hide it with the decorations, and in this instance I completely forgot. So what I'm having to do is get the substrate off to one side, get it. Only me. Yeah, this is going well. So let's try this again. So we have our beautiful spider. We have our tub. We have our enclosure. And we have this seam down the back that I really don't like. So what we're going to do, empty some of that substrate out, is we are going to use the piece of bark to hide that seam, like so. And then we're going to pour all our lovely jubbly substrate into there. Bish bash bosh. These guys do like to burrow. This one does like to burrow. So we want lots of nice substrate in there. There we go. I think that ought to do. This is going well. Oh, 3 dog hairs. Okie dokies. Right. I think we're back where we started. Quick video my hours. Right, water dish in. You know, it would pay to have a brain sometimes. Water dish in. Scoogee water. Super duper. And once again, let's get our beautiful spider. Oh, just look at that lovely purple sheen. Let's get you back into there. There's a lot more keen to come out this time than it was the first time round. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Happy days. In you go. Yes, that was an adventure, wasn't it, my little friend? Anyway, yeah. It doesn't need to be complicated. It has everything it needs in here. It has a place to hide, a place to burrow, whichever it chooses to do. It has a water bowl and it has a suitable amount of substrate. If we just angle the camera up like that, you know, it's got lots of nice, lovely, jubbly substrate to get into there. Now this is a tarantula room enclosure, so it has the lovely This is a tarantula room enclosure, so it has the lovely magnetic lid. You'll see there it has this lip, which is really handy because although the spider has come up, it's kind of tucked in under the lip here, which obviously means it's not going to bolt straight up and out, meaning I can safely put the lid on without too much hassle. Needs a good clean. But anyway, there we go. My super quick, absolute shenanigans of a rehousing. Done and dusted, and yeah, it's a basic setup, but it does what it needs to do, and yeah, ta-da! That went swimmingly well, didn't it? See ya, bye bye. Yeah, this is the reality of keeping tarantulas. You start off with the best intentions and the best idea in the world, and no matter what, you will make a bloody mess all over the place, because you will realise after you've tipped your spider out that you're not actually happy with the enclosure and you'll need to redo it, but you've now got a tarantula to contend with. So yeah, get used to stuff on your floor, because guaranteed that's what will happen. Well, that's what'll happen if you're an idiot like me and absolutely boob things up and forget there's a seam in the tub that you don't like and it really annoys you, so you have to cover it up, and yeah. Anyway, as what it is. It's done. Hope that provides some information.